Hey, beautiful ladies. I am super excited about this quick training that I have for you today. I have titled it From Couch to Cancun. And it just so happens that I am here in Tulum, Mexico right now, getting ready for my Women's Empowerment Retreat. And it was just an aha moment that this is a great time for me to hop on here and to do this training for you. How many of you have said, I'm ready to go on a solo trip? Or it's time for me to take a vacation? Or I hear this one all the time. Mia, I really want to come to one of your retreats, but I can't afford it. It costs too much. I can barely pay the bills where I'm at right now. I'm barely getting by. No worries, my friends. Today I am going to give you 8 ways that you can raise the funds for you to start traveling and taking those dream vacations that you have been thinking of, my friends. Because as your women's empowerment coach, that is what I am here to do. I am here to empower you to think differently so you can go after what it is that you truly desire and deserve. But before I get into this training, just very quickly, I want to introduce myself for those who do not know who I am. My name is Mia Bolden. I am a certified women's empowerment coach, motivational speaker, and retreat leader. I have been leading women's empowerment retreats now for almost 8 years nationally as well as internationally. I also do solo traveling myself all over the world. So I am going to give you ways that I have personally found to not only fund some of my trips that I have, but ways that I've seen other women do it as well. But I'm going to first off tell you that I was not always like this. If you have not heard my story, I didn't get my passport until I was 39 years old. And here I am now at 44 years old with the world being shut down for 2 years. I have been very blessed to be able to say that, and these are multiple trips that I have taken on to these places. I have been to Egypt 4 times, 5 times. I have been to Tulum here 4 times. I have been to Greece 3 times, Costa Rica 3 times, Jamaica 7, 8 times, if not more than that. I have been to Ghana, to Thailand. I have been to all over the places in the US. I have traveled abundantly here again. And I didn't get my passport till 39 years old. Let me tell you what changed. One of the biggest things that changed for me to be able to do this was my mindset of what I can and cannot have. And again, I am going to pass some of these things down to you because I want to empower you to get out here and to see this beautiful world that is out here. To get out here and to start traveling so you can trust yourself again, trust other people again, to experience new things. There are so many lessons in traveling. And I don't want you to think that funds is what is holding you back. So let's go ahead and hop into this training. Make sure that you grab pen, grab piece of paper. As I always say, do not just watch me. Make sure that you're taking notes, and not only taking notes, my friends, you are going to have to take the inspired action and to do the things to actually make stuff happen for you, okay? I'm going to give you the tools. I'm going to pass down things that have helped me out. But again, I'm going to repeat this. You are the ones, my friends, that's going to have to take this inspired action. Ask yourself, how bad do I want it? How bad do I want this trip with my family? How bad do I want this cruise that I've been talking about? How bad do I want to go on this retreat that I've been saying I need this for myself, for my mental health, so I can come back and show up better for my spouse, my family, or whoever? How bad do you want it? Ask yourself that question first. Let's go ahead and hop into this. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to say, the first tip that is on here on how you can actually create the funds for you to go on the dream vacation is to watch your words. And this is a huge thing. Some of us have been so much on autopilot that you literally will say, somebody will say, hey, do you want to take a trip this weekend? Let's go to New Orleans. And before you even think about it, you say, I can't afford that. I don't have enough time for that. I can barely pay my bills right now. There's no way I can think about taking a trip to New Orleans. The very first things that's messing you up from taking these trips that you desire and deserve is the words that come out of your mouth. Because I always say, what you speak, that's what you're programming your mind with. What you program your mind with, that becomes your belief. And what becomes your belief is what you take action off of. So you will not do anything else on this list if you truly keep saying, I can't afford that. I don't have enough time. That is not enough for me. So let me change this for you, very simply put, because a lot of people say, well, me, I don't know what to say. I don't see the money right in front of me. I got you, my friends. Instead of saying, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, start saying, let me see what I can do. Write that down. Let me see what I can do. I'm not going to get into this too heavy into this video, but you know I am very big on manifestation. I am very big on the law of assumption. I am very big on my man upstairs who provides, and I always say I'm not here to preach to you. Whomever your higher power is, mine is God, my man upstairs, provides enough abundance out here for all of us, including me and you, my friends, to travel, to do whatever it is that we desire to do. But we keep blocking our blessing and blocking the way for it to get to us because we keep saying, I can't afford it, I don't have it. So just by saying, let me see what I can do, that's no resistance on your end. So it's not like you're saying, oh, yes, I can go. It's let me see what I can do. You're opening up ways and channels for your higher power, for you to start thinking differently of let me see the ways that I can do, and then put pen to paper, and I'm going to give you some ways and truly figure out the ways that you can get out there and do that. Same thing with the time. Don't say I don't have enough time. Let me see what I could do. And put in for the time off. Let me see what I can do and check the bank account. Let me see what I can do and find ways that you might be able to save so you can take that trip or whatever the case may be. But just by you I can't do it, I can't afford it, it's not for me, you are literally shutting it down. So I want you to start from there. The second thing that I have for you beautiful ladies here is, I know that you've heard this before. How many of you are, and I'm talking to those that are still out here working that have jobs, how many of you have had to pay bills, or let's just say had to pay bills or something that you really needed, and you had to pick up overtime and you had to pick up extra shifts at work, and you had to do that in order for you to pay the light bill, the phone bill, the gas bill, the rent that month, the school payment, whatever the case may be? I know I have many times. How is it that we can work that hard to pay out to the gas, to the lights, to the water, to everybody else, but we don't even think, let me pick up some extra shifts so I can take care of number one, which is myself. So the second thing that I have for you, if you are out here and you're working a job, if you put that, the same energy that you put in to pay those bills, to make sure that, you know, everybody else has, to get out here and give to everybody else, put that same energy into yourself. That's all that I'm saying there, my friends. Think of it the same way. This month, I'm going to pick up 3 extra shifts. This month, or this week, I'm going to work a little bit of 2 hours overtime. Every 2 weeks, I'm going to do 2 hours overtime. That is a way that you can do it, but we literally say, I can't do it, I can't afford it, and you shut it down, but we're over that, so we're not going to start saying that. My second thing that I just want you to say is that same energy that you're doing for everybody else, put the same energy in for yourself because you deserve it. And that's all I have to say about that second one. The third one I have here on how you can raise the funds to take that dream vacation or that retreat that you desire is they have this thing, if you don't know, they have house sitting. They have dog sitting, they have cat sitting, where you can actually go to people's homes, and there are many websites. You'll have to go online and look them up, but there are websites that you can look up, and they will show you people that are looking for house sitters to come and sit at their house while they're going on vacation, or to watch their animals if that is your thing. So you would be able to do that. Also, maybe animals isn't your thing, but you like people. Well, of course, let's go back to old school babysitting. People are still looking for childcare. There are plenty of websites that can help you out with that. Maybe children are not your thing. There are people out there that are looking for people to take care of elderly, people that are older than them. And I'm here to tell you, I have people all the time that's like me. I'm already elder. I'm already old. I have friends, and yes, they are my friends, that are 50 and 60 years old, and they do sitting for people that are 60 and 70 years old. Companion sitting and things like that. So look into it again. Stop letting these limiting beliefs hold you back. I'm telling you, there's a plethora of ways here. I don't know when you're going to be watching this video, but we're in 2024 and there's a plethora of ways to make money. And that is another way that you can do that, so you can take the dream vacation that you desire and deserve. The next thing that I have down here is you can start charging for your services. that you're already out here giving, and I'm going to give you a couple examples, or you can raise your prices for the services that you're already doing and you know that it's time for you to raise your prices. Here are some of the services that I'm talking about. Maybe it's piano lessons. You've been teaching somebody how to play the piano because that's something that you do, but you haven't just been charging anybody. Well, now it's time to start charging. Maybe you've been out here and you're a coach, a life coach. Maybe you're a spiritual healer and you haven't started charging, or it's been a while since you've raised your prices. Go ahead and do that. Maybe you're a yoga instructor. You teach yoga, you teach Zumba, you teach chair yoga for senior citizens, whatever the case may be. Start charging for that. Or if you've been doing it for free, maybe you're like me, I don't want to charge. It's a passion project. I get it, but you need to start pouring into you. So maybe you'll do 2 classes per month for free. I had a lady that told me that was her thing. She's like, me, I've been doing these yoga classes for free and I feel bad. Well, maybe do 2 a month for free, and then the other ones you charge for those, whatever the case may be. But I'm giving you ways to pour back into yourself. The next thing that I have down here for you, I'm sure you've heard of it, is becoming some type of driver. And there's a plethora of ways, again, to do that. Let me just list off a couple that I know off the top of my head. You could be an Uber driver, a Lyft driver. You could do DoorDash. You could deliver medical supplies. You could also work for a postal service like UPS, FedEx. They're actually hiring private drivers, especially if you stay in a rural area. Again, there's a plethora of ways out here that you can make money. They actually have a dog driving service where the owners can't get out, and you're actually just driving the dog to taking them to the doggy daycares, taking the dog to their grooming services, things like that. So again, think about doing that to raise those funds that you want for yourself to take that dream vacation that you're looking for. The next thing that I have down here, how many of you have been looking around this house of yours and you know, I have so many things that I could sell around this house that I don't even use. And sometimes those are big ticket items you don't even think about. That could be the car you've been saying you wanted to sell, the generator that you don't use, a big piece of art equipment that you're no longer using. Or it could just be pieces of art in your house that's worth some money. And you're like, shut the front door. If I sell that one picture, that is my trip. It could be just clothes. It could be things that you're like, truly, this house is already cluttered. And this is a whole nother topic. I tell people this, you're asking for these things, but energetically, you're holding on to the clutter, to the things that's no longer serving you. You don't even have the room for the trip that you're asking for. So when you start releasing even some of those material things, you'll start having and making ways for the abundance of the trip and the things that you're desiring. So you can do garage sale, you can do Facebook Marketplace, you can go to your local flea market or art sale. There's a plethora of ways. Again, stop going to, I don't have the money, it's too expensive, and I can't do that, because that will be your truth. You can do it, my friends, and that is what I am here to empower you to tell you. I have 2 more things down here for you. The next one is online tutor, online teacher. If education is in your background, you can look to start teaching other kids, other tutors, people in education. Maybe you were great in college and you can help people with dissertations and writing things and tutoring people that are in college. Or maybe you're bilingual and you can teach people in other languages how to speak your language. Again, there is a plethora of ways. Stop saying, I don't have the money, and making that's your truth. You can do this online right from at home and say, for 3 days a week, I'm going to teach English online, or I'm going to teach Espanol online. And that is how I'm going to raise the money so I can take this time for myself, because you, my friends, deserve it. And this last thing that I have for you is that you can start hosting your own workshops. You can start hosting your own mini conferences. You can start hosting your own classes. Again, if you can teach people how to do almost anything nowadays, and you can host these online or in person, but you maybe can teach ladies after 50 how to start their online business because you've done that before yourself. You could teach women after having a baby how to lose that weight. You start hosting classes for that. Maybe you want to do a empowerment brunch in your area, and you host 4 of those for the next year so you can raise the funds for your business. Maybe you want to host a class on Tai Chi because that is what you teach. But again, And I truly mean this. You are the only one holding yourself back. Stop saying what you can't have and start affirming what you can have. And I literally barely scratched the surface of ways that you can make money so you can fund your next vacation that you deserve, that you desire, that you already know that you are way overdue for. So stop saying again what you can't have. And again, I barely scratched the surface with this is a very little bit of what we can do again now in 2024 to make money. But these are just ways that you could do from home or incorporating it with what you already do. So I don't want any excuses, my friends. Again, I just gave you 8 ways that you can fund your next dream vacation, solo trip, or retreat. So now there are no excuses. That's all I have for you. If you are interested in joining me on one of our retreats, I do domestic retreats. We do places like Blue Ridge, Georgia, Sedona, Arizona, Christmas in New Orleans. We do Denver, Colorado. I also do international retreats every year. I do Egypt, I do Jamaica, I do Greece, if Thailand, Ghana, if you're interested. Absolutely feel free to reach out to me. You can comment retreat down below. If you get this link or this video in an email, just respond back to the email saying retreats, and I will be glad to send you more information on these retreats. But stop saying you don't have the money and start affirming what you can have. I'm going to leave you the way that I always do. If you're at a point right now where you are not quite believing in yourself, no worries, girlfriends. You already know that I believe in you. And sometimes you have to believe in the belief that others have in you before your own belief kicks in. Now go out there, explore the world. You deserve it. And I'll see you next time. Peace.